The immediate past president, Association of Nigerian Licensed Customs Agents ANLCA, Dr. Collins Farito, has called on the Nigerian Shippers Council and Nigerian Port Police as a matter of urgency to beam their searchlights on the activities of consolidators operating in the maritime sector. Farito made the call during a press briefing in Lagos.
Consolidators, you must, number one, make sure that it is not either any of these terminal operators like APMDC. I just want to issue a kind of what they call caveat emptor. Beware of the terminal operators or shipping company you give your consolidated cargo to. Like APMDC is charging Nigerians, is exploiting Nigerians, and this is ridiculous. If you are charging 270,172 naira 72 kobo per CBM, I know that I clear containers on a daily basis. For even a 1x20 container in the normal terminal, you cannot pay more than 300,000 naira for terminal operators, and maybe 200 or 300,000 naira too for the shipping company charges. So total, you can pay up to 1 million naira for one TEUs. Let me use that technicality. When I say one TEU now, I'm saying 1x20 container. So Nigerian Shippers Council should tell us, because in the concessioning agreement, before any storage is charged on Nigerians, the various stakeholders must be carried along. We want Nigerian Shippers Council to tell us how they agree at these spurious charges, arbitrary charges with various consolidators in the maritime industry. And for African Free Trade Continental Agreement to succeed, the role of cargo consolidator is very going to be very prominent. So it is high time we nip it in the bud. It is high time the Ministry of Blue Economy look into this issue before it becomes another menace. But my prayer is that Associated Port and Marine Development Company, APMDC, must be sanctioned. Even after the closure of the terminal, there was no letter of apology to their various terminal and their various clients to the fact that we have issues with customs and we know you have cargo with us. There are a lot of people who have cargo, project cargo. This elevator is supposed to be a project cargo for a church. Eventually now, that occasion, they are unable to mount the elevator. It has passed, and they continue to charge Nigerians these illegal charges. I look at it as exploitative, as an extortion, which must be addressed immediately. Thank you very much.
While lamenting some of his experiences with Associated Port and Marine Development Company, APMDC, which is a consolidator operating in the maritime sector, he alleged that the Nigerian Shippers Council is fully aware of these activities. Farito wondered how long it would take the council to swing into action for an issue that poses threats to trade facilitation. According to him, it's however obvious that this is a serious threat to the ease of doing business, which he said is a presidential directive.
To lock any terminal, it must be for one infraction or the other. We did them a letter in August telling them that we are aware that your terminal has been closed down and we are having cargo from our consignee. So eventually there was no response, and they received the letter. After a while, maybe about 1 or 2 months, we continued to pester them. I copied Nigerian Shippers Council to let them know that a lot of cargo are definitely trapped in this terminal, and that something must be done urgently about it. Eventually, maybe they were unable to settle their issue with Nigerian Customs Service. They transferred that container carrying our elevator to Bolore. So, and they now unstuff. They unstuff the goods. I don't know how many people has goods in that container, but I know that our own goods weigh 10.6 CBM. That means it's half of the container. Yes, so it is 10.6 CBM, and that is 10,600 kg, meaning that there's other people who also have 10,000 or 14,000 equivalent in that container. So when they now issue us debit notes, smartly they did not issue debit notes on storage. and they did not issue debit note on the shipping company demurrage. But to my surprise, they issue us the first issue debit note they issue was called the consolidation charges, and they issue us 3,117,000 naira on this elevator, which is just 10.6 CBM. So when I went through their debit note, I noticed that they are charging 270,172 naira 72 kobo per CBM. If you multiply this by 10, it's about 2,800,000 something naira. And they're also charging documentation charges 36,000 naira. And they also charge VAT. So total debit note first one was 3,117,000 naira 368. They also issue another debit note called debit note. This one now may be representing for the terminal. They issue 438,223 naira 75 kobo on the same cargo. If you add these two together, we have about 3.6 or 3.7 million naira on one cargo, which is less than the full load of a container, and which is just 10.6 CBM. So we wrote them letter. I wrote them letter saying that this your charges is ridiculous, it's arbitrary, and we don't even know where they they got their charges from. I do know in my days as a younger agent, there's what we call standard operating procedure, where Nigerian Port Authority gives every terminal operator what you are supposed to charge on each CBM. So the question now is, where do they get their charges from? Who regulates them? And they were reliably informed that Nigerian Shippers Council is aware of this, and that is
Internationally, a consolidator is a company that combines cargo from multiple shippers into full container loads. This allows shippers to transport goods internationally in a cost-effective way. The big question Farito queried is to know those giving this consolidator backing to explore Nigerians. As at the time of filing this report, all efforts to contact the Associated Ports and Marine Development Company proved abortive. Seabed and Bunkers Communication will keep the viewers posted. Roland A. Kama reporting for Seabed Television, Lagos.